Hey guys, Cleopatra's doing some really annoying things like barking in Arthur's face when she needs attention, like when he's on the phone or when he's getting out of the bathroom or just when she's bored. And sometimes she's even like purposely getting her ball stuck somewhere and then barking at her dad for help. On the last episode of Dobie Masters, we addressed a leadership issue in the house with Cleopatra and Arthur. It's something super important for Dobermans, but it didn't really come natural for Arthur, which is kind of the case with a lot of owners. And at that same time, I wanted to address the neediness issues that he was having with Cleopatra, but I knew if we didn't get the leadership stuff dialed in, we'd be in big trouble. But luckily, we're addressing that today with the help of a yoga mat, which is why I'm here at Target. I also have another really cool surprise for Cleo's owner today too, something a lot better than a yoga mat. All that's happening right now on Dobie Masters.
Here at Doberman Planet, we believe that anyone can be successful with raising the perfect Doberman companion. You don't need to have decades of experience or be an elite trainer to own one of these impressive dogs. Follow the journey of everyday owners and their dogs as we go about transforming their relationships and making true home-worthy companions. Welcome to Dobie Masters.
Shopping's not quite done. We do need one other thing, a Kong toy. Get the black one, it's a lot more durable. So Art, she's getting very needy, right?
Extremely.
Okay, and it's not unusual for Dobermans. That's really common with this breed. She's got tons of energy, right? They're super owner focused, we know that. That's like what they're known for. And they have tons of drive, so they want to keep going. So wrap that all up, all Doberman owners have some neediness issues at some point, especially in that first year. So, see right now, she wants some attention from you because we're not talking to her.
Yeah, because she's not getting the full attention. And this is what I deal with all the time.
And I'm glad we addressed leadership in the prior episode because that's going to help this. So there's definitely examples of healthy attachment that Dobermans express all the time, right?
Yeah.
Having some calm independence where they can be away from you, but they're still watching you as you're walking around. That's normal. Maybe even following you is normal. But what's not normal is coming out of the bathroom, her barking in your face, her purposely losing a ball underneath something and sitting there and barking at it loudly to get your attention so you'll come engage with her. That's not normal. And so many owners, especially with this whole work from home thing we got going on lately, they'll be doing a Zoom meeting or cell phone calls like you're talking about, and they'll jump up in their lap, start barking in their face. That's not normal attachment. This is like getting to neediness levels. So basically, if she can't relax when she's away from you, if you walk into another room and she starts getting anxious, that's where you can tell that it's becoming a real problem of separation anxiety and neediness, or just a combo thereof. And as they get older, they get better at self-soothing, right? Yeah. So she just needs to be able to self-soothe. And that's one thing that we're gonna teach her today with the help of a couple of these things I brought. And with the self-soothing, I really want to use the yoga mat technique. Okay. A lot of Doberman owners do this. If we have a spot where we can say, go to place, and it's this mat that you lay out, and it's something simple and easy to carry, like this. And a lot of these mats are too long. This one is too, so you're gonna have to cut it probably. So the scissors make it a little smaller, a little easier to carry with you. But then you can always have this as a really powerful tool to teach her to self-soothe. As she matures, to have this tool in your toolbox when you're dealing with her, Doberman owners swear by this. It works so good for this breed. All right, we'll get the mat rolled out and we'll get Cleopatra introduced to this and get her to start feeling some good feelings with her new mat. All right. Sit. Yes, good girl. Down. Yes, good girl. Yes. Okay, so now during the introduction process, we're just basically marking any good behavior where she goes near the mat at all. You can guide her to it initially like you saw me doing a second ago, or we can just kind of watch her, how she acts and behaves, and anytime she goes over there, we can mark it with a treat. Yes. And that way, it becomes a really, really happy place for her, and we start getting her to know that this is her mat. And gradually, you can wait till she gets on the mat more before you actually mark it and reward it. And as she's getting more and more used to it, I'm gonna make it a little bit longer between rewards so that she has to be on the mat a little bit longer until she gets her reward. see if we can get her to relax for a few seconds before we mark it and reward it. There we go, that was a little longer. Good job. And rolling onto one hip, that's a really good sign that she's starting to relax. And her focus on me is amazing, a classic Doberman trait. If that's not a Doberman, I don't know what is. Good girl, yes. It's really good to drop the treats on the mat too. Creates even more good feelings surrounding the texture and the feel of the mat. Now it's time to pick a verbal command and a visual cue. In this case, for the visual cue, which Dobermans love visual cues, as much training as you can do with your Doberman that involves visual cues, please do it. We're using just pointing at the mat in this case as our visual cue because they're so focused on us. And for the command, we're choosing go to mat. That's what Arthur picked. It's something he can be consistent with, and it's specific to the mat. You don't want to give her the same command for go to bed, for example, as you do for the mat. We want this to be mat specific. And the idea is anytime she makes a move towards it, we're going to then mark that with a go to mat and point at it. And eventually, she'll start to be able to go to it after we're pointing it. She just walked over and sat on the mat all on her own, so I'm definitely going to mark this go to mat. Go to mat. Yes. Yes. Good girl. And it doesn't hurt to put the treats where your finger goes for the visual cue. Dobermans will follow your focus and they'll mirror that, so use it to your advantage. Go to mat. Yes. Go to mat. Yes. Go to mat. Yes. Yes. And just like when you're training just about anything with a Doberman, they love challenges, so we slowly increase the duration of time she has to be on the mat and the distance at which we are when we call her to go to the mat, and even the location and just the environment around the mat, wherever we lay it. We're gonna move the mat to different spots and just practice this and reinforce this with time. Go to mat. Yes. 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 She rolled on her hip, I want to mark that. That's a sign of relaxation. Look how long we're already able to go with her keeping herself on the mat, even though she's a very active, almost 1-year-old Doberman. Yes, look at that focus. Now I'm gonna release her and we'll try again. Okay. Good girl, yes, yes. Go to mat. Down. Yes. Now we got a new spot. We're gonna practice in a new environment. Just get it really locked in. Go to mat. Yes. Down. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. It's okay to guide her in, because over time she'll figure out I'm not releasing until she's laying down on the mat. Yes, good girl. Yes. Yes, good girl. She knows what she needs to do to get those treats, but she's not terribly relaxed. Yes, yes. But I'm still really impressed. This is such a short amount of time of training for her to be this far along. Yes, yes. And we can't forget to release her every now and then too. Okay. Good girl, yes, yes, yes. Good girl. And let's give her a lot of breaks while we're doing this. We got to keep it unique and exciting, and in no time, she's gonna have a whole new tool that we can use when the neediness starts getting to be a bit much, or you think it's about to begin. We can just give her the go to mat command, and it'll solve a lot of problems. What works the best with Dobermans, because of their owner focused and because of their drive to make us happy, is telling them what to do, not just what not to do. So don't just penalize them for bad behavior, but give them an alternate behavior that's incompatible with the bad stuff. So for example, the bad stuff in this case is her pushing her way into her owner's face. So we're giving her something to do that's not compatible with that. So what happens a lot of times with Dobermans is they just get really bored. That's super common with this breed, and so much of their anxiety is from a lack of mental stimulation. So Art, I really want you to use this. This is a Kong. I know I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
I got this for you because I want you to give this to her as another tool to self-soothe.
Okay.
Because so much of this is just teaching your dog how to soothe themselves.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out how much food goes in here and fits in here, and that's how much less of a lunch you're gonna give her. Okay. So if this fits, let's say half a cup, you give her half a cup less of lunch.
Okay.
And instead, you're gonna wet down the kibble. You're gonna pour it in here, and we'll put it in the freezer so it freezes.
Okay.
And then sometime during the midday, when you feel like her anxiety is usually the most, you give this to her, let her relax with it. Let her relax with it on her mat is a great idea.
Okay.
And she can get the rest of her meal slowly through this. And really, you can use any puzzle toys. The Kong is a good basic one, but there's so many out there. And if you want some ideas for yourself, for your Doberman, I did a whole video testing out just tons of the most popular puzzle toys that Doberman owners are using. That should be popping up in the corner of your screen, so you can go check out that video if you need more ideas on puzzle toys. So I didn't just get a yoga mat and a Kong toy for Arthur, I also got something that's really gonna change mealtime for Cleopatra as well. This box right here is full of fresh, human-grade meals specifically designed and customized for Cleopatra. Let's go. All these meals are formulated with veterinary nutritionists, and besides just being extremely healthy, they also help with training too, because, well, Cleo and all Dobermans seem to really love this stuff. Hey Art, I brought you something else.
Oh, very cool.
Yep, it's we finally got her some Ollie meals.
Oh, yeah. She's excited for it too.
And you know, this is designed with veterinary nutritionists. She's gonna love it. It's specific to her. Remember that questionnaire you filled out?
Yeah.
So it's specific to her, and I think this is gonna be a whole turning page for her.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We'll just pop these in your freezer, and you have everything pre-portioned for you. So whenever you need it, you just pull it out. You'll get regular deliveries to your house on a schedule you can adjust as you need, so you don't have to do any more last-minute runs out to the store for dog food.
Very cool.
Yeah, and if you at home want to try this and unlock the full potential of your Doberman, Ollie is a sponsor of today's video, and we got a link down below. You can go there and try it out for your dog. It's amazing, high quality, human grade fresh food with real ingredients like you'd find in your own kitchen. There's a coupon code down there for 60% off. You don't want to miss it. Give it a shot. This is just a really popular way for Doberman owners for addressing this behavior, and it teaches them that calm, independent play is really a good thing, and that they can really relax from it. Look how good she's getting. She's so relaxed being on this mat. I'm proud of you, girl. I'm really excited with the progress I'm seeing with Cleopatra. She's maturing and she's becoming such a good Doberman companion. As always, we'll have links to all the products you've seen in this video in the description down below. And thanks for watching this episode of Dobie Masters. See you on the next one.